project says how you get these Warfans. So these are the Polar Warfans. They do the exact same as the normal Warfans, except they can add different bonuses, depending on how much essence you put in them. So essence is spider lilies, and you just want to take them out and click on them and it gives you essence. So I get double essence because this polar top gives me a 50% essence multiplier. So if you're trying to level these guys up, you want the polar set to get a nice XP multiplier. Just ignore them, they're fighting Doma, although I've forgotten the move for it. So the main problem with this is it's very expensive. You're going to need the regular Warfans and then 10 ore and 150,000 Wen. And if you're trading, the Warfan's about 13 ore, and 150,000 Wen usually goes to about 10 ore. So in total, if you're trading, it's going to be about 33 ore. Or you can do a tier 5 boss drop, such as Doma, to have a chance at dropping the Warfans. So these Warfans have a currently 1% drop rate. I believe there are better drops enabled though, so it might be doubled or it has already doubled itself, I'm unsure. But you wanna, either you can grind these guys for it, but it's a very low chance, or you can get it. I'd recommend trading. I'd trade my way up, so you can make some good trades. Like I managed today to trade a straw hat for some sound katanas, which was a very good trade for me. So I made a profit of about 3 ore, which was quite nice. So you can make these little trades to get that ore. Now onto the showcase. So it does effectively the same damage as a Warfan when you first get it, but the tier 1 adds 1 M1 damage and it adds a little effect, and I believe the tier 3 adds a frostbite effect. I've currently got tier 0 fans, as you can see, because it doesn't have an effect on. Now the main problem with getting tier 1 fans is it's very expensive because you need Mugen train materials. These are pretty expensive ore wise, and a tier 1 Warfan will cost you a decent bit. So I am aiming to get them up to a tier 1, but it's quite difficult. But generally, if you just want, Polar Warfans, it's pretty cool. And you can probably trade them for a profit later on if you're going for tier 1, so it's very sort of, yeah. They're just overall cool. You can also get the Devourer fans for the same price, and of course you just need Warfans again. So, and there was an update or a period of time where it was half the price, which means it only costs 75,000 Wen. So it effectively meant you had to spend 5 less ore, which was very useful for people who were planning to get it. But I spent the full 150,000 Wen. But that was relatively easily obtainable because you can trade for it, or you can do dungeons, and so you get enough points. So usually you want between 1,750 above, and you want to go onto this icon here, you want to go here, and you can use ore to get double Wen, or you can just buy it for Robux, 95 Robux. And then there'll be this area where you can buy it. 25 points for 100 Wen, and if you double it you'll get 200 Wen for 25 points, which can easily get you 10,000 if you're above 2,000 points. So if you do that, you can get a lot of Wen quickly and then trade it off. Or you can get items like I have and trade it off for ore. So if you got a duplicate polar top while doing dungeons, you could trade that off. Or if you were killing a boss and you got an extra hat, trade that off. Or another alternative is you could get a scythe, say, and instead of trading points for Wen to get it, you could upgrade it to a metal scythe and trade it for more ore, and then trade that ore for Wen. Or you could have transitioned into a demon and sell off some of your slayer items like I did. There are many different ways to get these fans, and they're very cool. Now, let's test them out in combat, shall we? So, this War Drums ability, I believe, adds 5 extra M1 damage, and it also increases all of your other abilities. So it's very nice. So you can tell if you've got it activated because you'll have these weird sort of chill effects coming off. So in total it's making me do 48 M1 damage. Now I'll cancel it. Now it's doing 40, so I believe it added 8 extra damage. So this is a very useful ability. It has the same abilities as the normal Warfans. So it will still have that ability, still have the War Drums ability, and it won't change anything except its appearance. Only when you level it up with the essence will it change. The Devourer fans work the same. You can level it up, except you need blood. So usually it's recommended to go for these Polar fans because essence is easier to get than blood. So, and if I'm being honest, I got these because it goes with my outfit pretty well. But they're very useful. They do the same damage as the Warfans. It's only when you upgrade them, which is what you want to do eventually. Overall, I think they're cool, and here's a little guide on how to get them.